So like I said, it was a new technician, because my doctor's office isn't a small doctor's office. It's a corporation, per se. So I walk in, and at first she's very nice. And I am trying my best to hold myself together with my husband. And she goes, well, do you know how many weeks you are? Kind of attitude-y. I said, no. I had a miscarriage. She goes, then why are you here? Just like that, why are you here? And I was like, my doctor told me I have to come in so I can make sure I don't have anything left. She's like, okay. And so she starts reading the stuff, and she's like, okay, so a spontaneous abortion. And I was like, your miscarriage? She said, yeah, well, that's the medical term for it. I said, oh, okay. And I'm 23 years old. I know nothing about medical terminology when it comes to pregnancy. And I just went through two of the most traumatic things in my life in a 2-month span. And this lady's here giving me attitude because I am doing what my doctor told me to do. So she does it, says, okay, you're done. Said, okay, the doctor will call me? And she goes, yeah, your doctor will call you. I said, okay, thank you. And I should have said thank you, because she was rude. But I am a respectful person. And even if you're not giving me respect in that aspect, I will give respect, because I will not bring myself down to their level. And I remember I came home, and I went and laid in bed. And I laid in bed, it seemed like a year. I would get up when my alarm went off. I would go to work. I would come home, shower, lay back down. And it was about a year. I was angry. I was angry at the world. I was angry at God, because I felt that I was being punished for something I didn't know the reason for. I felt that we were good Christians by that definition, and the one thing we wanted, we couldn't have. And it really, really took its toll on me. I didn't have bad thoughts, nothing like that. I was just sad. I just didn't have the energy to deal with anything. And I didn't, again, want the look of pity. And a lot of people didn't know about the second pregnancy. And I didn't take time off work for it. I happened to have my days off. I miscarried on my days off, and I went back to work. There was only a handful of people that knew. And they were absolutely amazing. My female coworkers are absolutely amazing people, because they have more than once supported me in my time of need. And not for any other reason, but knowing that I just needed someone who wasn't going through it with me to help me work through it. That's the best way I would say it. Again, I apologize. I didn't realize after 5 years, 6 years actually, that it would still bring up so much emotion. And I wasn't processing anything. I just, again, pushed it as low to the back of the brain that deals with bad memories. And I laid in bed. And my husband is absolutely an amazing person because he didn't ask for anything. He let me process. He did everything around the house. Everything. From dishes to laundry to making sure that my bag was set up for work. And he was my support. And in my journey of processing, I kind of put everything on me in the aspect of I had the miscarriage. I went through this trauma. And that wasn't true because, yes, I had a part in it. But just as bad as I was hurting, my husband was processing it his own way and having to tell others what was going on and why I was acting the way I was acting. And as a wife, I didn't ask him if he was okay. And I should, because when situations like this happen, it's not just the female who's going through it, but also your partner. And it took a lot for me once I processed to realize that I was doing him a disservice too, because I wasn't seeing how he was processing. And we did eventually sit down and talk about it. And I told him, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to have kids. I can't go through this again. And he said, okay. And I remember we waited a year. It was a year. And I was sitting down one day and I was thinking, I said, I made a decision that affected my husband and myself. And I made the decision. It wasn't a decision we made. It was a decision I made. And I went to him and I said, do you really want to have a child? And he said, I would love it more than anything in the world. But he goes, I won't put you through any more of that trauma. And I said, well, if you're willing to try, I'm willing to try. And we went to a fertility clinic. And we got all the testing done. And I was the problem. I had a dip in my one fallopian tube that was left that could have caused the ectopic the first time. We won't know because it was ruptured. But they explained our options. And they said, but before we can do anything, I want to do a surgery and look at the other fallopian tube. And if I don't like how it looks, I want to remove it. And I said, absolutely, let's go for it. My husband grabs my hand. He goes, wait a sec. Absolutely, wait a sec. You are jumping. Let's talk about this. And I said, I don't want another topic. I don't want to do this again. Let's do it. And the doctor, she was amazing. And she goes, well, we have to wait anyway. Your varicella vaccine isn't showing up on your titer. So let's get that. We'll wait a month, come back, and we'll talk about our options. All options. I said, okay, I will see you in a month. I am at 9 minutes. Follow for the next part.